And hello everyone, and today I decided to do something kind and positive so that the world of gymnastics would stop swearing at least for a little and remember why we love rhythmic gymnastics. Firstly, of course, for the beauty, plasticity, femininity, and the images that gymnasts show. In this video, I made a selection that I call the Olympic champions of our hearts. Gymnasts who didn't become Olympic champions, but who definitely stole the hearts of the fans. Some of these gymnasts haven't even been to the Olympic Games, but they have definitely left a mark in history. Alexandra SOLDATOVA is probably one of the main stars of the recent times, who was predicted to have a stellar career and the Olympic gold, but unfortunately she never reached the Olympics. Some people say that it is because of her emotionality and sensitivity, that it was what a huge crowd of fans liked about her that didn't allow her to psychologically survive the pressure in the national team. Sasha had an eating disorder, because of which she soon had to end her career, despite the fact that she had been hiding it for years and trying to fight the illness by combining it with the loads of big sports. Without any questions, we love her so much. Daria Kondakova is another gymnast, a student of Anna Shumilova. A very unpleasant story is connected with her. It was she who was supposed to perform on the Olympic Games in London instead of the Daria Dmitrieva, but in recent months she received an injury that didn't allow her to go to London, and as a result she was left without the Olympics. Amazing gymnast, many people loved her. She had her own unique style, which still cannot be compared with anyone else. So Daria didn't become a champion, but remained in our hearts. Paula MADCO, many people talk about this girl and predicted the Olympic gold for her. She attracted the public by her artistry and energized even through the screens, not to mention what happened to people when they watched her live performances. Unfortunately, Paulina didn't even compete at the seniors level, but she definitely became one of the few juniors that you remember after a long time. Salamat PAJEV is a gymnast from Georgia who finished her career just this year. Salamat participated in 2 Olympiads. She presented to the world of gymnastics her unique style, introduced to the audience a special, powerful form of gymnastics, and dispelled the stereotype that gymnasts should be very skinny. And without that, she was incredible and grown up, and among gymnastics fans, I think there are no people who don't know her, and especially her special clubs exercise with the Georgian music. SONOVA is one of the best Ukrainian gymnasts. I think in the recent years she is one of the strongest gymnasts who competed with the Russian national team. She was confident, mature, and very assertive, the embodiment of the traditions of the Ukrainian school of rhythmic gymnastics. CHASHURANA is another incredible gymnast who shone during the time of Lena, and many say that she was a high-class gymnast, but because of her teammate, she never showed 100% and didn't win the titles that she could. At the Olympics in Athens, IRINA took the 2nd place, behind Lena due to the entanglement in the ribbon. At that moment, the world of rhythmic gymnastics was divided into 2 camps, fans of Lena and fans of IRINA, and everyone's heart sank on the ribbon. By the way, it's interesting moment to find out, probably more from adult fans, whether you followed that Olympics and do you remember the exercise with the ribbon and who you were rooting for, CHASHURANA or Alina Kabayeva. I remember that I studied in the 4th grade, watched the Olympics on the black and white TV and cheered for CHASHURANA. And at that moment, when her hairpin ribbon got tangled, I was very upset, and after that moment in training, I especially began to pay attention to such trifles. So for me, IRINA remained in my heart not only as a champion, but also motivated me to give 100% in training. HALKINA is a gymnast of Belarus. Yukaterina finished her career just a few months ago before the Olympics. She was never able to recover normally after her injury, but she didn't leave the sport far. Now she is studying at Moscow State Institution of International Relations, working in Moscow at the Embassy of the Republic of Belarus. In sports, she had her own unique style, and despite the fact that she didn't always manage to win medals, she was able to make the audience fall in love with her. Son Yeon-ji is a gymnast of the Republic of Korea. Personal love, a gymnast who worked a lot in the Novogorsk, and this undoubtedly influenced her style, which was gentle and airy. She mastered the art of the school of Russian gymnastics, which is owned by many gymnasts in our country. Something incredible and unique is probably because of that. Something that is also noticeable from her is that she is a different nationality, and such combination look very interesting. I love this gymnast and I still remember her with the warmth. Can you tell me what Alexandra ALGIERS is a gymnast who continues to perform at the world level. Super artistic and pleasant gymnast. I fell in love with her long before she became a top athlete. Quarantine unfortunately didn't help her in productive things, but in beauty she's getting better and better every year. I do not stop admiring her artistry and I hope I will do it for a longer time. Well, I'm waiting in the comments for your gymnasts from whom you were delighted or are now. Gymnasts whose performances you are ready to watch endlessly and who stole your heart. I'm sure that the comments will be very interesting to read, and remember that I love you all very much, and bye bye.